I'm Grace Joseph, and you're onto the Gracia Memoir session. Rejection, and more rejection of higher prices. That's been Bitcoin's pattern these past few weeks. Recently, we witnessed a failure where price traded less than 10% outside the falling channel before tumbling back into it. A failed retest often encourages trading in the new direction, and in this case, the direction is downwards. Either way, let's see if that's where BTC is headed or whether it can pull a trick of its sleeve before the end of March. I'm Grace Joseph, and this is the Gracia Memoir session. I'd hinted last week that Bitcoin could possibly range after its failed attempt to close above 45k. And that's what we saw during the course of the week as price bounced off the 37k region to trade as high as 42k by midweek. The spike, however, was short-lived since price tanked by over $3,000 less than 24 hours later. One thing that was interesting to note is Bitcoin's price decline coinciding with the price spike in the US dollar index. Now, any trader who profits off the crypto and forex market knows there is currently an inverse relationship between Bitcoin and the dollar. That means when the dollar surges, Bitcoin tanks and vice versa. But on weekends when the stock market is closed, BTC seems to finally have a mind of its own. It therefore follows that you can blindly open long or short positions on Bitcoin just by looking at the US dollar index charts. Now, what's the use of pointing this out? It's because the crypto market's movement is now controlled by factors other than investor sentiment. The rise and fall in the dollar is also a great determinant of Bitcoin future prices. For this reason, one may be a bit skeptical about BTC revisiting previous highs. Right now, the DSY looks like it could take down a century mark around $100, and how that might affect the crypto market is worth considering given the recent correlation in both markets. Nonetheless, at the time of creating the memoir content, the dollar index is in dire need of correction, which leaves room for BTC to rally to 45k. I've also factored in the fact that the index will need to consolidate before it makes a move in a new direction. There's really nothing new on Bitcoin's monthly chart since it's still very bullish due to the piercing pattern printed on it. I admire the fact that the current candle opened near the close of last month's candle, which gives the chart one more bullish outlook. Despite its impressive opening price, that candle is still bearish, but that can't be said conclusively since it's still in formation. About 16 days before the candle's close is more than enough for the pattern to change and give us a better clue on the market's direction. Our monthly support and resistance levels still lie between 26k and 47k respectively. Further, the next weekly candle could wick out, and the same can be said about the candle on our 2 weeks chart since it's already printing a topping tail. Given that the monthly candle's close is quite far to help us make an informed decision on where price is headed, the 2 weeks chart can serve as an alternative since it's the closest to the monthly time frame. The chart in itself looks bearish, and if we rely on it, we can expect lower prices from here. Now we are printing lower highs on the daily, but the mere fact that we also have higher lows means a symmetrical triangle has been formed. Coupled with that, price can break out in either direction, especially when the market is ranging and trendless. But I'll be biased if I don't mention that we have a higher chance of breaking downwards since the triangle comes after a downtrend. On the other hand, price has indecisively closed above the channel from a 3-day perspective. A close above the channel is one more relief to the bull since it shows we are not still stuck within the bearish channel. Now don't get confused because even the most bullish charts will have a hint of bearishness, and so would the most bearish chart have a tint of bullishness. My review of BTC's chart this week shows we lean more on the bearish side than the bullish side, Hence, price could tank further from here. On the other hand, don't throw caution to the wind if we do hit 50k this month. Why is that? A downtrend comes with a distribution, public participation, and an accumulation phase. These phases have been playing out in various markets for over a century now. That being so, this could be a public participation phase where the smart money throws in the towel once price gets to previous highs. That will be all for now until next week on another session on Gracia's memoir. I'm Grace Joseph and you are onto the Gracia memoir session.